Alright, YouTube, what's going on? As you can tell, this is a good old classic Raw review from yours truly, from First News. So, guys, tonight it was a go-home show, the Raw, I guess it's Raw go-home show for Extreme Rules, which is this Sunday. And honestly, overall, Raw had its moments. It had its moments that sat there going, what the hell? Then there were moments that sat there going, alright, I'm excited for Extreme Rules. Then it had its moments that sat there going, how the hell does this make sense? Anyway, Raw was like that. So, John Cena comes out to the ring. He's getting ready to sign his contract between him and Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules. And Teddy Long's with them. Then John Laurinaitis comes out there, but he comes out in Brock Lesnar's music. And then, basically saying that he tells Teddy Long, because apparently Teddy Long is freaking John Laurinaitis' bitch all of a sudden, saying that tell John Cena that to get out of his ring and whatnot, and they'll do the contract signing later tonight. And that Brock Lesnar is not at the arena. And then so Teddy Long does it, whatever, tells John Cena, please get out of the ring, whatever. And then, right when, John Cena looks like he might be leaving, out comes the rated R superstar. That's right, Edge, the Hall of Famer. Edge, aka Adam Copeland, coming down to the ring. And honestly, he did get a good pop. Big pop, obviously, but at the same time, I was thinking to myself, why is Edge coming out here? Like, I understand, like, why Edge, And of course, you guys know Edge has that short hair, he has a little haircut, something that I need. But, he's going out there talking to John Cena, basically saying, alright, I don't like this John Cena. I want the John Cena of old, I don't like this John Cena. I don't even recognize this John Cena. You and I, we've had rivalry, a huge rivalry. You've been my biggest rival. Hell, you and I competed in a TLC match in my hometown, whatnot, and saying that, saying that, he wants the old John Cena, he wants John Cena 2006, not this John Cena, whatnot. And basically, that was it. Basically, Edge trying to give, John Cena a little pep talk right then and there, to kind of fire him up. Because, let's face it, John Cena's been looking like a little weak. He's still devastated after losing to The Rock at WrestleMania because he needed that win, and then he goes and loses it. So, then we have a nice good match between Kofi Kingston and Chris Jericho, which ended up Chris Jericho hitting the walls of Jericho, making Kofi Kingston tap out. It was a good match. Usually I've seen this match before, on TV, of course, Chris Jericho and Kofi Kingston. So, after the match, Jericho cuts a promo saying that, basically he's going to take Punk's title after Extreme Rules, and he's going to embarrass CM Punk in his hometown, in front of his family, in front of his friends in Chicago, Illinois. So then, we have another match. Lord Tensai versus R-Truth. And Lord Tensai coming off a victory against John Cena. And what does he do? Faces little Jimmy! That's right, he faces R-Truth. And as you can imagine, this match didn't last very long. Lord Tensai hits the little the Von Erich claw thing going there for him, and Lord Tensai beats R-Truth, and, again, building up Lord Tensai, and honestly, I don't mind Lord Tensai. It's interesting, but his character's interesting, but the thing is, I said this in my video yesterday, I'm worried that he's going to be near the Vladimir Kozlov type of deal within a year. We're not going to be taking him so freaking seriously, you know what I mean? But hopefully I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. Trust me about this. So, yeah. And then, had Kane coming out there. Kane out there cutting a promo. Again, building up another match of Extreme Rules between Kane and Randy Orton. Their match being a Falls Count Anywhere match. And then all of a sudden, Randy Orton comes on the Titantron, basically saying how Kane attacks, he likes to attack family members because he likes family reunions, and he attacked, Randy Orton and his dad, Cowboy Bob Orton. So what happens? Randy Orton attacks gets Paul Bearer in a wheelchair. Now here's the part that makes me interesting. This is the part. Paul Bearer's been thrown in freaking cement. Alright, remember how back in the day, freaking Undertaker versus the Dudley Boys, and Undertaker had to bury freaking Paul Bearer in cement. Then we saw it like, what, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, between Kane and Edge for the world title, and freaking Paul Bearer was thrown off, 25 feet down the stairs. And now this. He gets thrown like this freezer-looking thing, big-ass freezer. Like, freaking... How many times this guy could come from the dead? Like, seriously. Like, I know people question the same thing about Undertaker. Undertaker gets buried alive so many times. What the hell is that? I'm like, I know, but... So anyway, yeah, then Kane gets all upset, and Kane goes out there and tries to, you know, get his dad, try to get Paul Bearer, but he gets attacked by Randy Orton, and then Kane runs away looking for, you know, his dad, Paul Bearer. So then we have, again, this tag team is so random. Alright. Big Show and Khali. Okay, Big Show and Khali versus Cody Rhodes, Del Rio. Nice, good match. I was into the match. So all of a sudden, Del Rio's like, you know what, Cody Rhodes, screw you. Me and my good buddy here, Bro Del Rio, are just going to walk off the way, and we're going to have Big Show beat the living hell out of you. That's what he did. Big Show beat the living hell out of Cody Rhodes and freaking pinned Cody Rhodes and beat him 1, 2, 3. And I thought to myself, wow. So like a month ago, WWE was so high on Cody Rhodes. Now it's like, what are you going to do with Cody Rhodes? You know, what are you going to do with the Bro Del Rio? You know, it's just like question marks right there. I guess Big Show and Cody Rhodes rematch at Extreme Rules? I have no idea. But, And then we have, excuse me, we have Brock Lesnar arrives to the arena. So Brock Lesnar arrives to the arena, right? And Josh Matthews, you know, former Tough Enough contestant. You guys remember when Josh Matthews on Tough Enough? Goes out there, he tries to do his job. And go to Brock Lesnar and say, Brock, you know, I just want to talk to you, you know, whatever. And he's trying to talk to him. And Lesnar just basically pins him against, like, one of the trucks backstage. And he's like, oh, yeah, whatever. And then Brock Lesnar lets him go and goes like that little tap. And then Brock Lesnar's walking by. And then Josh Matthews like, I was just trying to do my job. And then freaking Lesnar beats the living hell out of him and throws him until, like, the backstage arena set. And he beats him apparently so bad, Josh Matthews has to go on a stretcher. He has to go on a stretcher. Like, what the hell? As Josh Matthews was saying, he was just trying to do his job. Oh boy. And then we have a Divas tag team match, right? We have Divas tag team match. Yeah, first time in like what weeks we have a Divas tag team match on like Raw. Nikki Bella, that's right, Nikki Bella, my favorite Bella, versus Beth Phoenix. Alright, you're supposed to have a Divas title match. Then Eve comes out there, that big booty bitch. She's sexy and I love her. But that big booty bitch comes out there and goes, oh yeah, well since the Bella Twins like to cheat and whatnot, so let's do something interesting. Let's make this a Lumberjill match. And so we have the Lumberjill match for the Divas and believe it or not, for a Divas match, it lasted a lot longer than I thought it would. You know, and then, you know, into the match, it was, I guess okay for Divas match. Freaking Beth Phoenix does a botch, like trying to get into the ring, and she hurts herself. I don't know if that was legit injury, but like, what the hell? And then Nikki Bella pins her. I say Brie Bella pins her. 1, 2, 3. And then comes the winner and new Divas champion, Nikki Bella. Now, you know, congrats to Nikki Bella. You know, it's somewhat technically different, even though we did have Brie Bella Divas champion last year around this time. But weren't the Bellas supposed to be leaving the company like in a week from now? I guess they're not leaving. You know, I guess not. But oh well. And speaking of random title matches, Santino Marella defending the United States title against The Miz at Extreme Rules, and they literally said this: a pre-match. It's gonna be a dark match at Extreme Rules. Miz challenging Santino for the United States title. You guys know me. I'm a big Miz fan, and I gotta admit, there's no way hell Miz is winning, especially in a freaking dark match against Santino Marella. Even if The Miz wins, what is it going to be, his third time United States champion? Yeesh. So then, we have this little backstage segment between Eve Torres. Yeah, big booty bitch is back. Her, John Lena. By the way, where was David Otunga? There was no David Otunga tonight. I was like, what the hell? And of course, Teddy Long. And then along with Chris Jericho. And basically, you know, earlier in the night, Punk's trying to play off this whole, oh, I'm going to be drunk because, you know, Jericho thinks I can't drink or I'm scared to drink, whatnot. And Jericho saying, well, you know what? I think he's drunk, and if he's drunk, that means that he has to basically give up his title, strip it, and give it to me. So then so basically Jericho, supposedly the deputies of Detroit, Michigan, and Teddy Long are in the middle of the ring waiting for Punk to come out. Punk comes out. They all think Punk is drunk. He can't move. He can't walk down the tape line they got going there, and then he can't say the ABC is backwards. And Jericho's like, give me the belt, whatever. And then Punk's like, wait, just give me one more chance. And then he starts doing everything correctly, and then he fools him that he's not really drunk. He attacks Jericho. And it's an interesting little thing for Punk. You know, honestly, for months, I've been kind of a little bit bored of Punk. But now I'm thinking, okay, this is something different for Punk. You know, I actually give credit for him doing this. So, again, it also builds up the WWE title match at Extreme Rules. Believe it or not, I'm more interested in this match at Extreme Rules than I was at Mania. Believe it or not, it's true. Because, to me, at Mania, you know, with Punk and Jericho, it's just like, okay, I just don't feel like there's all that much build-up. Now there's like, okay, there's actually build-up and whatnot. And then, speaking of build-up, Sheamus versus Mark Henry. Alright. Later on in the night, they'll be announced that they're going to have a rematch on SmackDown. But for now, Sheamus versus Mark Henry and Daniel Bryan, the special guest referee. And remember, guys, Sheamus cannot attack a referee. That's the hint right there. He can't attack the referee, and it's Daniel Bryan, special guest referee. So freaking Daniel Bryan's talking to Sheamus during the match. Sheamus gets distracted, looks behind him, gets clotheslined by Mark Henry. And then, of course, Daniel Bryan does a quick count, 1, 2, 3. So Mark Henry wins. Sheamus gets pissed off. The match is over. Starts beating up on Daniel Bryan. Then Daniel Bryan hits him with the label. Not the label, excuse me. The yes lock. Yes! Yes! He hits him with the yes lock. And, so yeah. Again, building up between Sheamus and Daniel Bryan. And, you know, it's something interesting. I enjoyed it. And then something total opposite. You had Zack Ryder and Santino Marella versus Epico and Primo. What the hell? Random tag team, Ryder and Santino. I get it, they're both comic characters, so okay, it might make sense. But you have them beat your tag team champions? What the hell? And then afterwards, you have Abraham Washington backstage saying, well, you know what? I've noticed you guys have been treated right because of WrestleMania and whatnot, and you guys have been treated right. Here's my card. Like, obviously, you know, they already got a hot 60 manager in freaking Rosa. I guess they need another one. I don't know. Freaking. Anyway. Brodus Clay and Hornswoggle versus Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger. Oh my god. Presented by Taco Bell. Since when has Taco Bell sponsored a freaking WWE match, or a wrestling match for that matter? What the hell? So then they're in the match, right? You have Vicky Guerrero coming in there. She slaps Brodus Clay. Freaking Ziggler and Swagger get disqualified. And then I guess, you know, Hornswoggle, because he's a little midget, right? He has the excuse of hugging Vicky Guerrero and pushing her dress up so you see almost her ass. I'm not joking when I'm saying that. I was like, whoa! So yeah, that was interesting. And last but not least, we had our final segment. We had John Cena and Brock Lesnar having their contract signing. So Lesnar comes out there and he's basically saying demands with him and John Laurinaitis in the middle of the ring. John Cena hasn't come out by this time yet. Basically saying he wants his own Vince McMahon's private jet. He wants not Monday Night Raw to be Monday Night Raw. He wants to be Monday Night Raw starring Brock Lesnar. And he notices that how Sheamus got fined $500,000 for attacking a referee. And if Lesnar did that, he actually want to be paid more because he loves beating up on people, and he did it earlier in the night. And basically asking if John Laurinaitis agrees to this, because if he doesn't agree with this, then he's not going to do a match at Extreme Rules. Laurinaitis agrees with it. Cena comes out there with his old, you know, Master of Thugonomics chain, you know, with the hand. Not the gimmick, just the chain with his hand. You know, he signs the contract. And then, you know, they look like they're about to fight each other type of deal. And then they just, like, freeze in the middle of the ring. And then Lesnar just walks out and starts talking to Cena, yelling at him. And that's Raw. So, like I said, Raw was interesting. It had its moments. Again, I laughed. You know that old saying, I laughed, I cried, I got happy, you know, type of deal? Like, you ever heard that type of saying? That's basically for Raw. I laughed, I freaking sat there going, WTF, and I sat there going, okay, I'm excited for Extreme Rules. So, yeah, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and whatnot. Monday Night Lesnar, baby. Woo! How do you... He was just trying to do his job. I mean, god damn.